Guess I'm not quite ready yet. Where is... No. Wrong scene. All right, there we go. We are on. We're back. What's up, everybody? It's been a minute. It's been a little bit of a slow couple months. It's been a busy couple months since KFC. So haven't been doing really any content since then. There's been plenty going on in the Keyforge world, but don't want to miss KAGI. KAGI Season 12 is starting up, and we've got our first match ready to go here. Let me get a lobby made, and we'll get this going. Excited for this KAGI season. KAGI live at KFC was a blast. Got to play my old deck. That's kind of been my my standby for adaptive for a really long time. I actually got a playmat to go with it. So from the last Game Pound campaign, I got a playmat for it for my slightly beefy Amir deck, and so played that at KAGI live and actually went 4-1. Sadly, I didn't get to play more games than that, but it was a really fun time. Don't think we're playing that today though. We're playing against SqueezBox, who said that they are a little bit newer to the game and stuff, and especially to TCO. And I know TCO, it's very easy to kind of get overwhelmed because it's not the easiest interface in the game or in the world. It's a little bit rough, but we're gonna go with a little bit more of a simple deck in terms of the rules, but again, one that I've actually really liked for adaptive, just because you have to kind of know what decisions you're making with this deck, otherwise it can fizzle out really quickly and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, make sure there's no other games that they're waiting in. Cool. But this is one, so Worlds Collide deck that it's just kind of, it wins very tightly most of the time. Like it doesn't have big plays that happen unless you can build a really big board. It's fairly efficient, but it kind of just needs a lot of incremental value, which means every card you either hold or discard, everything you do is always like can be kind of life or death with it. But some really interesting things with especially the Saurian. You've got your Red Galem, you've got the Sixth Semper, which is kind of a trap card because there's not really a whole lot of capture in the deck. There's not a lot of exalting, so you don't really end up with a lot of amber on creatures, so you almost use that more as creature control. Book of LAQ is another one of those kind of sneaky cards that can really backfire on you if you're not using it correctly. Star Alliance can burst with all of your upgrades there if you can kind of get some of them archived and stuff. And then you've also got the self-bolstering Automata, which can just sit on the board and get a lot of those upgrades. If they don't have any bounce, it can just kind of stay there for a lot of the game, which is really fun. But, you know, it's just kind of it's a really sort of like, I don't know, you call it like almost bare bonesy type of Worlds Collide deck. So we don't need that on. We'll see. Okay, there is. Oh, did I? Oops, I got their name wrong. We were playing against SqueezBox, not JuiceBox. I apologize to them. Well, let's get this game going. Hey, what's up, Astron? Welcome in. You just missed the whole intro. Also, what's up with my lighting? I just can't win. I can't win with the lighting here. Yodel? Is that a new way of saying hello? We've got a CotA deck here with some nasty stuff. So we've got True Brew, Restringuntus, Hysteria is going to be mean, EP, Bouncing Death Quark, Double Wild Wormhole, some Poison Waves. Yeah, it's going to be a nasty one. Got most of the deck description. All right. Very interesting. I think we keep this. Just kind of get that Logos efficiency going. We're going to want to archive this Redder Galen. Captain Gale, welcome in. It says this is your first time chatting. It is great to see you here. Like I said, we'll see. Yeah, SqueezBox said they're a little bit new to TCO, so we're gonna give them a little bit of time just to make sure they're getting used to the interface and everything, which is not a problem. Gives me more time to talk about this deck. So with adaptive this season, I don't know. I've just gone back and forth so much. I really need to avoid sort of the crazy artifact dependent decks, which I think is what I love. I love artifacts where they're kind of very game warping, but the problem is if you just don't draw it in game one and then your opponent gets it like early game two, it just swings the games so much. So I'm just trying to be a lot more careful to just not play those kind of decks as much in KAGI. I know other people are having success with them, like Quick Draw with the whirlpools and stuff is always fun, but that said, I do have a Curiosaurus deck that I might try, but I don't think the deck is dependent on Curiosaurus. It's just one of the fun ones in there, but it's actually a more mutation deck that I've been playing. It's got the, oh, what is it? The Star Alliance Gigantic Cadet Allison might be the name. 8 power, really, really cool play effect. Let's see. I am dropping frames. Is that me? What's going on with my internet? Don't have high ping on here, do I? I don't know. Is it choppy for you all watching? It says I'm dropping a lot of frames, so that's not good. But I haven't done this in a while, but it just says my internet is not going quite as fast. Yeah, Allison is really, really fun. It's kind of like, it's interesting, and that's why I turned off the microwave. Yeah, right. It's really interesting because I think it's going to be a sneaky deck for adaptive because the way Allison's ability works can kind of catch you off guard because you really want it to be the last thing you do on your Star Alliance turn. But it can give you so much flexibility, and you really have to think about your handcrafting when you're using it and stuff to make sure you're really getting into that second house that you want. But the deck has a really cool Saurian board, lots of big creatures and stuff, and then some disc control stuff. So it's a fun one. Okay. Yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. Looks like I'm getting back up there now, but everybody must be streaming stuff on Saturday. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This matchup is going to be tough, though. I got a feeling their deck is going to do pretty well. It's going to have a lot of speed, a lot of board control, too, that our deck doesn't really want to see. Evasion Sigil is also really interesting. Welcome in, Fudginator. Okay, experimental therapy. I think we just go back into logos here. Not worried about making Amber yet. I don't know if we end up playing this Axiom against this deck or not. I'm not expecting it to have a huge board of stuff that I can't deal with. Unless they just drop a bunch of shadow stuff right here. But again, with that Hysteria, all of these upgrades aren't really doing a lot for us. They're not going to sit around for very long, so... win one and then concede game two. I mean, it depends on what deck you're bringing. I think it's not that it's unallowed. It's not necessarily encouraged. Because relying on chain bids game three can be a little bit more swingy depending on what the deck composition is and stuff. If it's not like a super, super consistent deck, like even when you play game two, sometimes game three, the chains just kind of just throw it off enough where your bad draw is really bad. I don't know if it's against the spirit, because the other side of it is like if you do if you bring like a reversal deck, you might just concede game one, let them struggle with it. Oh, we got the Western Guntus already. Okay, so Axiom is probably happening. We'll see what they call here. Calls Saurian. All right. I guess we just go Logos and fight those off. Do they have... There's no Rise, so they're not getting that back. Yeah, I don't love it, but I think we just fight here. Get rid of that guy. Kill that guy. I guess I didn't need to fight the Succubus since I'm not playing anything. I wouldn't have lost any draws, and if we're planning on Axioming next turn. Yeah, it just totally depends on how you feel about high chains on your deck. If you think your deck is so much better, like games can get a lot more inconsistent, especially if you're not used to practicing with your deck on chains. Yeah, that's definitely what I would say, Astron. Especially like if your opponent also brought a pretty good deck. Like I feel like a lot of people are going to be bringing kind of like what we saw from Stormstrong from their episode recently on Sloppy Lab Work is a very complex but very good Amber Skies deck. So kind of like one of those where just because you're bringing a really good deck doesn't mean that game two is a given for that deck. I'll try turning on the light and see if that helps my face. Probably makes it worse, but we'll see. That did nothing. Actually made my face brighter on one side. Looks like they might be having some connectivity issues too. Partway through match one, you conceded. Like your deck was just the deck you brought was just so much worse than theirs. It's definitely also a thing. I'm gonna maybe get some music going here. Let me know how those music levels sound. Okay, so they're going Logos, probably gonna fight off the Eddy. I do wish we had captured one on this so that we can actually ward it with the 6 Emperor, but we've got the Imperium, so it doesn't really matter a whole lot. I don't like playing Red or Galem. This is kind of bad. I have a lot of my Amber control early. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, that can be the strategy, not letting them see kind of how your deck wins in a tougher matchup, or kind of some of the lines in it. Okay, so they fight off the Eddy. They phase shift. This will probably be for something Shadow-Z. There's the Evasion Sigil. So Evasion Sigil makes things really, really interesting. Especially since I've got the Cloaking Dongle, but again, I'm not really expecting that Cloaking Dongle to do much if they Hysteria me. I honestly think we maybe just go... I need to kill that thing, but I don't want to just Six Emperor it. I can't Six Emperor it. I don't want to use an Axiom just to kill it. Let's go Star Alliance here. Wait for them to get more stuff down. Yeah, the evasion sigil with the Kyo will be interesting because like I don't feel like they need the creature protection that much. Succubus and Restringunthus are gone. There's no Arise. There's not really much other recursion. They have the Gateway and Hysteria, so they're probably gonna want to be. They're gonna be clearing my stuff more easily, anyways. Replicator is maybe something else to protect, but I mean, they've got a couple elusive Shadows dudes. I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, it definitely makes it, especially with me having Cloaking Dongle too. Their Kyo could just really do nothing here. Force Field is really big. I might go back into Star Alliance just to get the Garcia warded. Okay, so they're going back into Logos. Have not called Shadows yet. Part of me really just wants to hold this Axiom until the Shadows comes down. So how does this work again? A card of his controller's deck. If the discarded card is of the exact active house, exhaust that creature with no effect. And they discarded Smiling Ruth, so they do get the fight off, but I have the Cloaking Dongle. Which hopefully they also didn't miss the Cloaking Dongle. Cloaking Dongle, I think, is one of the most... I don't know, probably the most missed interaction on TCO. They do get the card draw, though. But what are they looking for? Wild Wormholes? Yeah. I really don't want to play all this Saurian yet. But I kind of want to get things warded here. Maybe I don't need the Axiom. Yeah, let's just do this. Looks like I could find... Things like Twin Bolt. Discombobulator will be huge against their Shadows. If I can just stick that on a warded creature. But we got the Twin Bolt too, so... These wards I could see being a problem for them. They have a lot of... I mean, they got Twin Bolt. Gateway, Hysteria, double Poison Waves. No, the wards aren't going to be a problem. I'm glad you figured out a Dark Heart of the Forest deck. I played mine a lot. And it's still fun, but it just felt super swingy. I think part of that was I was just playing against a lot of GR with it, and I don't think it was good against GR. It was probably a lot better against other sets. Okay, so go into Poison Wave. They fight again with the Kyo just to keep the draw going. This card's naughty, so they don't get the draw because of the Evasion Sigil. Okay, let's see. So I can get to check here if I just go Logos. Kill this, but we have to damage something else. If we go Star Alliance, we only get to 5, but we get to reward the Garcia. This gets me to 5. Logos gets me to like 7. I guess I could just hold the Twin Bolt. No, I kind of want to get the force field down. Field on the right, because we're going to have taunters we want coming out here. There's an argument for getting the discombobulator down there, but they just milled some shadows. They just played shadows. So I would expect them to be going into like disc here, which could just be like Gateway or Hysteria. If they play things like Dust Imp, we could actually force them to 8 and then steal with Cutthroat. I still need some things for the stream setup. Lights are one of them. I don't know why this room, like, it doesn't feel dark in here, but there's a big window. So all that natural light just makes everything else seem darker. And especially with my glasses too, like if my computer screen is really bright, my glasses even will just reflect it so much. It's terrible. Got the self-bolstering. It's tempting to put this on there, but again, with that Hysteria, is that the only bounce they have? Ghostly Hand, Whispers. It is, but not gone yet, so I still don't think we're safe. It's probably safer just to put it on Garcia. Yeah, so my whole desk is like right up against a wall. So there's not really a good way. I just need to get something that will fit like a ring light or something. Okay, so they go into dis. They're just gonna keep fighting with Kyo. Discards a replicator, so they do get the fight. But again, it hits the elusive because of the cloaking dongle. There's a Dust Imp. Go ahead and gain 1 more amber. Ooh, there's a gateway. Amber Imp. Darn, I don't think they're gonna go to 8. Yeah, they don't have any bets. They're definitely not going to 8. Shoot. Well, yeah, I mean, at least we can kill it in Logos. They're on chains now, though. But we can't stop this. We don't stop the key if we just go Star Alliance. So we could go Star Alliance, reap once. Just force them past 8 and then do this stuff next turn. Actually, don't mind that. Because this is gone now, so they're not getting the extra stuff there. I mean, Shadows is still going to hurt. I mean, Relentless Whispers, they'd have to hit their own thing. Yeah, let's just do it. Go to check, reward, stop the key. I don't remember if it was this last bottom of the beaker episode or the one before. They've been talking about KAGI a lot obviously because of KAGI Live and stuff, and then having Stormstrong on. But one of the things that they mentioned that I actually really hadn't even thought of is like the in-person reaction of people's bids, and like, or even just how they're thinking about them, which when we're playing on here, you get to see how long people take to bid, but you don't see at all like their faces as they're thinking about it, or their reactions to when you bid, and they're just like, that was a lot. You know, you don't get to see that when you're playing on here, but playing in person, that's just a whole nother part of it. And when you're just playing best of one, that is like you're starting off with the chain bids, so that's just kind of a whole nother level of it. That's kind of fun. Okay, I think the discombobulator needs to go on Garcia here as much as I want to put it on Automata. There's just too much disc still to come, so go Logos, play Twin Bolt first, clean up these two. Go ahead and Cutthroat to Steel. Automata on the right. And Discombobulator. They do get the key, but I think we're in a pretty solid spot. I just don't know if they actually have a great answer to that Garcia. They would have to be able to, like, they need 3 fights now because of the evasion sigil. Just to get the ward off because of the cloaking dongle. Bouncing Death Quark is probably the easiest way to kill it. Okay, they're playing on a tablet. That makes a lot more sense too. I've never played on a tablet, but I imagine it's tricky. But this is still a fairly casual league, so always happy to do any manual modes if something comes up. Okay, here's the display. Honestly, they're probably better just Dominator bobbling to reap at this point, because this evasion sigil is just a nightmare. Yep, they start reaping. I kind of wonder where the game would be if they had just been reaping with the... Oh, there's the Hysteria. Okay, that's huge. If they'd just been reaping with the Kyo that whole time instead of trying to get extra draws and fighting into my elusive. Okay, so Hysteria and Gateway are gone. So we still have Poison Wave, Whispers that can kill, or Bouncing Death Quark. Now the question is, do I reward her? Okay. It would have to be basically those two things or the bouncing death quark. I still got coming. I still got so much coming here. Star Alliance. Get another ward on Legionary. Could just put the Scudem on it too. Sure. Play this. We're not gonna play. Do I have another? Oh, that's gone. So I think we can play the Gargantodon here. This is another one of those kind of trap cards that in this deck, you really actually, most of the time, you really want to work to get the value off of Cutthroat, and so playing Gargantodon can really mess you up on that. This is nice because it lets us Tricerian Legionary when we get the Kirby down. Yeah, so 1/6 Semper is actually one of your creature control pieces in this more than it is like getting the amber value off of it. There's our Poison Wave. Ooh, and EP. Okay. That's a lot of amber burned. That Poison Wave going there, I think basically means the Garcia is safe except for the BDQ now. It's usually worth using Dilophosaurus when you got it in hand. I don't get to check on any of these though. Let's see if we can just find the Legionary. Gosh, I want all these. Go ahead and archive Kirby, put Plasma Nozzle in hand, unstun. But for the Cutthroat research, because Gargantodon works both ways, when I try and steal the two, I would have to capture it on my creatures instead. And since I also have the Discombobulator, it's just not always necessary to have that out to stop stealing. Okay, here comes some more Dis. I don't like Shaffles. I could just nuke all of this stuff with the Plasma Nozzle. I still don't get to check in Sorry, and that's the problem, so I think we go back into Star Alliance, get this rewarded. I think we're just going to sacrifice the Gargantodon here to kill these two. I don't mind them going to 5 because that gives them less BDQ ammo. If I kill those. Play Kirby on the left. Lets me play Quantum Finger Trap. Play the Quintrino Flux. Another Cloaking Dongle, and the Plasma Nozzle. This could still get killed by Relentless Whispers, but not much we can do about that. There's our Light of the Archons. That's where Garcia just gets completely invisible, or invincible. So we probably play it here to make it. Not die to Relentless Whispers, which they don't even get the steal right now because of the Discombobulator, so I don't know why I'm worried about that, but I just don't want it to die. Gotta be getting close to that BDQ though. Both Wild Wormholes are gone. It's only 1 EP, right? Yeah, so it'd be like Replicator, Bot Booked in, BDQ for a few kills. Both Dust Imps are gone now. Oh, this could be... Oh, they have the TMTP, but again, Discombobulator just makes that a nightmare. It's Ghostly Hand. Reap, so they bump up to 8. There's the TMTP. Yeah, so we have to go back into Star Alliance here just to tax this, but I think we're fine with that. We get to still play some extra stuff off of Kirby. Let's see, because yeah, this Logos is getting to be a little bit of an issue. Need to get that out of hand. Because this doesn't protect against Bouncing Death Quark either, so. We will just go ahead and put that there. We'll Reap, and we are just going to play the Stomp. And Tax. Okay, there's our Legionary. That's what they have left. Whispers. We haven't seen Naughty and Urchin yet. Oh no, we have seen Naughty. So Whispers and Urchin. And Relentless. Oh, that's what I said, Whispers. Things like Trubru we haven't seen yet, but Gateway's gone, so they're not getting much. But they do have Hand of Dis. Hand of Dis probably kills the Dilophosaurus, which will be sad. It is such a bummer that we can't get one Amber off of this Logos. So I think big takeaways when we play their deck. So we don't want to play the Evasion Sigil. But make sure we have kind of duplicate things to be able to get rid of wards. Hold Hysteria for Automata. Okay, there's the Bouncing Death Quark. Gets rid of the Kirby. Library comes down. Could have played the Doc Booked in before the BDQ so they can get... Oh no, it's still only 1 kill, isn't it? Yeah. I would love to go Logos here, but I just want to get in check, so we're just going to go Saurian. Reap. We will archive Soto. Jargog 1 hand. Play the Legionary. board. And we're just gonna library this. So much logos at the end. I can type, I swear. Swap. But there's also stuff in that logos that's difficult to deal with. You don't have a good answer to Titan Guardian. We really don't have a great answer to Tricerian Legionary. It's basically Gateway is like the only thing that really deals with those outside of a lot of ping damage. Gargantodon, if that sticks, that could really mess up all of our stealing. Even though I didn't play it in, well, it didn't hurt me in the last one. Oh shoot, do you guys remember? I think I went first. Yeah, because I played Daughter, turn 1. I guess we got the Hand of Dis. That definitely does some stuff. I don't know if I love this hand. 2/2/2 is... Yikes. I don't like this hand either. We can usually ditch the too much to protect though, just like this doesn't do huge burst unless you get all of the upgrades at once. But I don't really know what we do with this hand. It's kind of gross. I think we just play the pips. See if they get an Amber turn 1, but there's not a whole lot of just like Amber from hand unless you're playing the upgrades. I guess like Finger Trap is not a bad turn 1. I do think this Restaurant Guntus can actually do a lot in this matchup. Once the Twin Bolt is gone, it's like Axiom or Quintrino. I guess there's Quintrino Flux too. Yeah, it's tough. There's stuff in every house, but we can kind of watch what they play. Taking their time, looking through the deck. Let's take a look at what we got. What did we not see? We didn't really see a Replicator. Didn't see the True Brew, but again, the only real way to get value off the True Brew is Hand or Gateway. Uh-oh. That's not good. So we are just going to deal the 2 damage to that just to start getting it close to dead if we can. Don't you do it. Don't you Tricerian Legionary me. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna be a fight. Still go logos here, just keep going wide on the board. I think we're gonna ditch the EP. And there's an argument for just gatewaying there, but I just don't think it's worth it. This is at the end of my turn, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, there's some more stuff. Maybe the Smiling Ruth will just survive and I'll get to steal the Garcia. Because that happens all the time, right? I think we'd like to go back into Logos next turn if we can. Just depends on if they find more wards or a taunter. I really thought about just running back slightly beefy this whole season, just because it's a big season, and I keep not making it out of the pod phase. It's like I just want to do better, and I feel like that's the only deck that I've had that has gotten me there before. Did I don't remember. I don't know. It's just my best adaptive deck by far, but it just makes me feel like I'm not a. I just need to get better at playing with other decks instead of just running that one. But it was very fun to kind of get to play it at KFC again. Ooh, there's a Plasma Nozzle. That just takes out my whole board, but also kills the Garcia, so that's fine. Cloaking Dongle. Ooh. Okay. Don't love that. I think we still go Logos here. They're not at 4 yet, so we're not getting jeweler value. Replicator. Okay. Kind of an ugly hand here. Smiling Ruth was a bit of a downgrade. I'm not sure if that is exactly how history will remember that, but you know, we can dream. These hands are starting to get a little clunky. I just need to use this disc stuff, I guess. But having the 2 poison waves coming still is really good. Okay, Stomp is going to exalt the Redder. They're going Saurian, so there's not going to be any... Well, there could be Steel Hate, I guess, but we can see if they play the Gargantodon or not. Reaps deciding if they want to exalt or not. There's the ward. I don't think they're going to be playing enough creatures for the Hands of Dis to hit that ward. All right. So I think we just play the 2 disc creatures here. Hold the hand and gateway, because I put this to check. Their answers for that are essentially Eddy or Reaping and Exalting with the Redder. They stealth mode us, we're in trouble. They get Axiom, which would be a problem. But to stop the key, they kind of get in trouble, so... I just think I have to hold that stuff. Oh, and I got the True Brew too, but we're not going to be able to... I guess we could fight, gain 2, break the ward, reap, play True Brew, gateway. We'll see. Careful what you fish for. Man, you're killing it. Keep them coming. Gotta love the dad jokes. Okay, so here's logo. So this could be the Eddie, could be Titan Guardian. There's the discombobulator, turn too late. Happy to see that there. Jargoggle. So the thing I'm thinking is that they're probably going to put it behind taunt. And if they do that, I can't just fight the ward off. But if they do something like this where now they put a taunter here, then we can hand him this. So right now, this is why I held it. I guess it's not a taunter, so it doesn't matter as much. But I was expecting, yeah, a taunt there. So. Oh, and they got the cloaking dongle, so I can't just fight it anyways. So, I am happy with the play that I made. Because now, let's see. So I can still kill this, right? Because I need to get to 3 amber for the True Brew. We're giving up the key, which is fine. So Hand of Disc takes out the ward. We fight here. We will give them 1 amber if we reap with the Schuler, or 1 draw, which is not amazing. I could just go BDQ here too. Yeah, that's fair. They probably shouldn't have. Done that. Yes, there is the dongle on there. I don't want to make that mistake. So now, I mean, I think that play is worth it here. Fight, reap, puts us at 3. Play True Brew, Hand of Disc here. Gateway. Kind of have a bad follow-up after that, I think. But we're at a lot. Actually, we're at check again. So that's pretty good. Are we at check? Yeah, because we get that amber. Okay. Fight the non-elusive. Repair. Play True Brew. Hand of Disc. Gateway. They also get the archive here. So they'll have a pretty decent hand, but. So alternatively, I still could have done basically the same play. I don't know that it makes much of a difference. Actually, almost would have been better because I would fight. Oh no, because then I can't play the True Brew. Yeah, that was unfortunate for them. Pretty decent shadows follow up here too. I don't really expect them to be at 1. But again, they have a question of, do they stop the key here? But I think it's pretty much just Eddie. But something like stealth mode could be really painful. So one of the reasons why you play it that way is to spread out the cloaking dongle value, right? Getting the candle unit behind cloaking dongle, but then they played the Jargoggle on the other side, which already naturally has elusive. Okay, so Tricerian is coming down, warding itself off of the Imperial Road. So it is a Star Alliance turn. There's the book, which we did not see last game. But I'm glad to see that it's Legionary and not Gargantodon. Cloaking Dongle comes down, so I have to remember that one again. We do get key 2 here. And they do go on 1 amber. I think we do just remove the ward because we have the Bouncing Death Quark. Discard the evasion sigil. Yeah, they put Jargoggle next to it, so yeah. I mean, that's just one of those, like, thing with Trueberoo is they don't really have bounce, so it's not really dangerous for me to play him. Oh yeah, no, the sigil is definitely bad for us. There's just not a reason to play it, I don't think. Their stuff is stunned. They don't want to be fighting. They need to be reaping because they're just not getting enough amber at this point, especially with most of the upgrades gone. So I just need to be able to answer stuff, like even just being able to play Silvertooth. Yeah, maybe I should have played it at this point. It was very bad last game. It hurt this deck a lot. But yeah, there's definitely an argument for playing it there. Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying like I'm not rusty. This is why I need to get better at adaptive. Because I make mistakes in adaptive too, and that's just, I need to get better as a player. So seeing those kind of things, evaluating, especially with Restaurant Guntus coming down. Yeah, why did I do that? That was stupid. There's Axiom. They're going sorry, and they're on chains. Can we Restaurant Guntus lock them here? They still have both Twin Bolt and Flux as options. Yeah, they probably have a mixed hand. I think we wait one more turn. We do get to check on shadows again, so we just go there. And that way Hysteria bounces the Urchin for us. Because they're basically out of wards now too. Yeah. I think they basically just have to have Eddie here. ABC? I know ABCD. What's ABC? Always be checking. Ah, I got you. Yeah, against this deck, checking is huge. Because its control cards are strong, but they're very limited. And just like I saw in game one, they saw a lot of their stuff early. So Redder, Cutthroat, and Garcia were all early game. Just the same for me. I guess I had Eddie early last game too. I was just able to keep the Garcia alive. Yeah. I think playing the Axiom just there was I understand they did it to kill the naughty, but those two chains can be just too much. That's a really interesting draw. But yeah, they didn't get the cutthroat research value that I got, but I mean, just being able to kill Garcia when I did, or I guess they fought the Garcia into our stuff, right? Because we got the damage on it, and then yeah, they put the nozzle on it and then killed a bunch of our stuff, which I mean was fair. They killed the shaffles and everything, and they didn't see the twin bolt anytime soon, so that was probably the right choice. But then I was able to get the redder off the board, which again I got lucky, as Astron said, being able to do the True Brew on that turn as well. I wanted the option to be there. I wanted them, if they made the mistake, I wanted to be able to capitalize on it. But yeah, I was also expecting a taunt or something even like this. Like if Legionary had come down that turn, even if they hadn't put it in the middle, I would have been in some bad shape. But I also had answers to this stuff. They played them fairly early. We had the Twin Bolt and then a way to fight the Succubus off in game 1. So yeah, you know how it goes. I really like Auric though. It's been a pretty good one for me for adaptive. I think this is a pretty fun one for adaptive. Hysteria is interesting. You know, there's no artifact control, but that's always kind of an interesting thing to work around. Experimental therapy, like what you put that on. The disruption is always kind of tricky because once you get to the chain bidding, you have to factor those into your chain bidding, which can get really rough. But this seems like a fun one to me. I just don't have much good CotA. I have like 2 decks that I like playing. I don't even own that much CotA, but I would love more decks like this. Like this is just fun, simple Keyforge to me. It's got the EP, but it's a deck like this where it has the logos, but not like a ton of efficiency. So handcrafting is still really, really important. CotA. So I've only bought 2 decks off of the secondary market ever, and one of them is a CotA deck, which I'm also considering playing in this league because it's just hilarious. It is Esme, Green Path Alchemist, which I also played in NKFL, but double Brainstem with Battle Fleet and Blipip. It's just funny. It's a blast. Double Scrambler Storm, triple Lab Work, some miasmas and stuff. It's a very fun deck. I like playing against like GR stuff because the miasmas can just really give you time. And then Kareem is what I've actually been playing in the NKFL CotA adaptive, which I still have 1 game to play. I gotta do play against Sizox in the finals, but yeah, do the documents and links quick. Oh, where do you put the results? Is it pinned in our... Where's... Uh-oh. Alright, guys. Gotta let me know where's... Oh, there it is, the match report form. Is this for this season, though? That was linked in... July? August? July? Okay, is it the same one? Yeah, so that's fun, because like Speed Sigil now is like, it's really good with that combo, but it's also really good for other decks. So like, there's always a risk reward to playing it. But that's just also very fun, especially with Mimicry. Okay, so we can use the same form. Cool. Get that going quick. We're in Mars, of course. I had it wrong on the SqueezBox hero. 2-0. Winner's deck was Worlds Collide. Arc is a 70. Their deck is Rafi B 6 bottle. What a name. There we go. 61. Cool. Wow. All right. So that one actually pretty interesting against our deck. Faster than Auric can handle depending on Auric's draw for sure. Singular typo to look for. Was there one in the last season that I missed? All right. Well, cool. That is game 1 down for KAGI. This is season 12, right? I'm pretty sure it's season 12. We still got some. We got it. I mean, all the pods are pretty good, but our pod has some adaptive vets in here. We've got Albino Cheese Monkey. We've got Lavinous Twitch, which again, I think I've said this on here before. If you don't follow their Twitch channel, go follow them. Cameron was also at KFC. Just such an awesome dude. Very, very fun Twitch channel too. He does a lot of different stuff. He used to do more Keyforge. Does a lot of does a all month of October, like a spooky stream, all of October, just like every night he does a kind of a creepy game or whatever, which was just so much fun. He did like Luigi's Mansion and stuff, but definitely go check him out. I don't know if he'll be streaming his games or not, but we've got Holy Stew in here. We've got Mooseman Dude, SqueezBox we just played, Monzi EXL. I don't know if I know them, and then us. So yeah, should be a fun pod. I'm excited. Probably gonna bop around different decks just for the variety. But this was a fun one to start. I don't know. It's a deck I know. I really enjoy playing it, and yeah, it's got all that upgrade stuff that can just really, really mess you up. So, yeah. Interested if people are playing any Amber Skies. I've been trying to figure out which of my Amber Skies to play for KAGI, but it's been tough. Because I feel like most of my Amber Skies is very swingy. They can either high roll or just be very, very putsy. I have some that have some okay logos, so they're more efficient, but I don't know this deck. What is this deck? I should look at that one again. I don't know. I love Amber Skies, but I don't know if I'll probably do some Amber Skies for this. We'll see. I'll bounce around. This one is actually a really fun one for adaptive. It's got the Arcanometer, but knowing how to play this deck to get the most out of the Arcanometer, but also out of the other houses is really, really interesting. It's been very fun trying to figure out how to win with this deck, because it's not just play Arcanometer and win at all. So that's one that we might throw in the rotation, but we'll see. Might see Slightly Beefy come out too, because that's always just a fun one. But that more mutation deck, this is the one I'm really excited about, and I'll probably play this. Not feeling it too much as a set. Yeah, I don't know. I was really high on it when it first came out. Like, I've been really enjoying the sealed for it and stuff. And I have decks I like. The deck that I played at KFC Open, I love that deck. It's a very, very fun. It's better than I like to play in KAGI in terms of like just how good the deck is. Which maybe I could still play it. I don't know, but I have a couple others that just like are really my style of play, but overall my style of play is probably more like swingy stuff or like hard to play things, not necessarily good things, and Amber Skies can give that, but Amber Skies does also give a lot of decks where it's just like it feels like a lot of duplicates of cards, and a lot of those cards don't actually always do a ton of impactful things, so it just really depends. But I have some decks that I absolutely love from Amber Skies. It's been my favorite for a while. Lack of product to play with, that's fair. But this is the more mutation deck. So this was actually opened on our live stream where I was playing IRL with Magic Duck. We did some more mutation sealed alliance, and I actually opened 2 Cadet Allison decks. And then at the end of that day, we had opened, since I'd opened both of those, he was like, you get to keep one and I'll take the other one. And so I kept this one, and it's actually a very, very fun deck. I've been playing this just on competitive queue, and it's just been a blast. It's got the Curiosaurus, it's got the double Fausts in there, double Drekkers, but the Kirby with Allison and then Chief Tank, like just the house cheating and stuff is very, very fun. It's a blast. But I also think it's really interesting because, again, I was saying earlier, Cadet Allison is not like, it doesn't quite play the way you think always, because it has to discard that card from hand. It can actually be really tricky. So yeah, we'll see what comes out. But I think we're gonna call it there for now. Astron, are you streaming again? I saw something about a 48-hour stream. I know you're doing the Pokemon stuff. I don't know if that's gonna keep going today or not, but I think I'm gonna call it here. I got actually not a ton of time before we're leaving for some Christmas party stuff, so. No, you mean yes? You're confusing me. Not 48 hours, but you are streaming again today. I didn't get to see if you did a 9-hour stream. That's crazy. Did you finish it, the Nuzlocke? Or no? I need to get like some emulator stuff. I'm just really jonesing for some old games, and I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but I just think playing something other than Keyforge on here would be very fun. I still love Keyforge, and I want to do like these KAGI matches and stuff, but you died? Oh no. Weren't we saying that whole time that was like a nice, like, easy wade into the pond kind of Nuzlocke too? That is unfortunate. Okay, so you reset and well, anyways, whenever you start that up again, everyone who's watching, go check out Astron's channel. It's fun. Pokemon stuff is always fun. Nuzlocks seem like a fun way to do it because you kind of have a lot of more restrictions and stuff, and you have to just kind of work with what you got. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for now, and we will see you for my next KAGI match, whenever that's going to be. Might be tomorrow afternoon. We'll see if people are around. Otherwise, you know, we'll just see what happens with the holidays and stuff. I'll be in and out, but glad to be back for now, and yeah, excited to play more Keyforge and more adaptive. Should be a fun season. Thank you all for hanging out, and we will see you next time. Take it easy.